Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Jess Golson, and I am proud to be a part of Connected Nations Teens Teach Tech initiative, powered by AT&T. I'm joined here this evening by Connected Nations Heather Gate, the EVP of Digital Inclusion, AT&T's Mylena Albright, AVP of Corporate Social Responsibility, Teens Teach Tech mentor Allen Bolton, and a couple of our outstanding Teens Teach Tech teams. Teens Teach Tech is a community service initiative, empowering youth across the nation to use their technology and technological skills to provide the adults in their community with basic tech knowledge. This initiative is meant to aid in bridging the digital divide by connecting these two generations in an ever-growing tech-centered world. Connected Nation is so grateful to have the support of AT&T for making this initiative possible. Without their partnership, this great work would not be here today. To speak further on this matter, I'd like to welcome Mylena Albright, AVP of Corporate Social Responsibility for AT&T. Thank you for joining us, Mylena.
Thank you. And on behalf of AT&T, I'd like to welcome and thank all the students, mentors, and participants joining us. AT&T is proud to collaborate with Connected Nation to support the Teens Teach Tech program, which is empowering teens to help skill their parents, caregivers, and community members to use technology. This program is one part of AT&T Connected Learning and our company's commitment to narrow the digital divide. Today, we are thrilled to celebrate the We Care Teens Teach Tech team and the extraordinary group of young people and their mentors who are helping the members of their community build skills and confidence using technology. Together, we are helping communities overcome the barriers of the digital divide and ensuring that everyone can participate safely and responsibly in today's connected world. So thanks again for having me.
Thank you so much, Mylena. We couldn't be here today without the support of AT&T, and we appreciate you taking the time to join us. As we mentioned, the primary goal of Teens Teach Tech is positive impact, and teams everywhere have been making a difference in their communities through this initiative. With nearly 10,000 adults trained over the summer, we've seen some impressive teens making a difference in their communities. One such team is here with us today. We Care, a group of 36 teens spread across 8 states, trained 3,272 adults in just 2 months. Led by mentor Allen Bolton, these teens spent their summer immersed in this project, and we are proud to have them as part of our Teens Teach Tech family. Today, we're celebrating their accomplishments and sharing their journey with you. Please welcome Allen Bolton, team mentor for We Care.
Hi. My name is Allen Bolton, and I live here in Michigan. I'm a part of an organization called BMW, Beyond Ministry Walls. This organization is designed to reach people in impoverished communities, underprivileged families, outside of the church walls generally. And this is our mission. This is our mission. And We Care is a program that is a part of BMW Ministries. We Care is where we search out specific needs in families and communities, and we try to deliver on what those needs are, sometimes through referral programs, but we try to get in, and we're connected to some communities that are that don't even have hardly no technology. Many of the families don't even have GEDs in these communities. They're the forgotten people in our society, and we thrive on delivering things that can help improve the quality of life for them. And this is what piqued, my interest with teen teaching tech. It answered 2 problems at the same time, because we have been pondering over what are some positive things that we could do for the young people to keep them occupied during the summer, because we know if young people's minds are on positive things, it can reduce crime in their community. And plus, a lot of the seniors in the community that needs assistance with not only with yard work, but also with technology. They're the one that's kind of left out. And so this program, it was like tailor made for the population that we work with across this country in many different states. The truth of the matter is, this program is so designed to meet the needs until we only scratch the surface with this summer program. There's so many more that needs this service. There's so many more that needs this attention, and you will see what it has done for so many teenagers and so many adult learners. Matter of fact, one of the most memorable experiences that we have that I remember is an 87-year-old lady who was just enthused about, hey, guess what? I done learned how to see my children and grandchildren on my phone. She did not, she, through this program, she learned how to FaceTime. That's just how impactful this program has been. And not only that, but for another lady, 89 years old, who received a brand new iPad for Christmas from her kids or grandkids, and she stuck it up in the closet. She thought it was a picture frame. But come to find out through this Teen Teaching Tech program that it was not a, a little cute picture frame. It was actually a brand new iPad. So these teens are making a difference in the lives of so many people. And the story goes on. There's so many more beautiful stories behind the great work that these youth have done. And I am so proud of all of them. Out of 36 teams, 21 teams, there are 4 represented on here tonight that I'm just so proud to have them on the line. From Indiana, we have Monica, Mavon, and Zion. From Alabama, we have Judah. From Texas, we have Lucille and Tamara. And from Michigan, we have DeAndre. And they are all on the line tonight. We're so glad to be here.
Thank you so much, Alan, for that introduction and telling us a little bit more about your passion and how you saw Teens Teach Tech as an answer to a prayer and a much needed problem within your community. So I'm going to dive right in and let you guys get to know these teams a little bit better. As Alan said, there were actually a total of 36 teens who participated under We Care, and we're very, very grateful to have a couple of them with us tonight to talk about their mission. So welcome, Team Indiana. Hi, you guys. How are you doing?
Hi. Great.
Hi. You guys check out their awesome shirts. Don't they look sharp? And their Teens Teach Tech polos. I love it. All right, guys. Can you tell me a little bit about why you chose to participate in Teens Teach Tech?
Well, for me, as it was presented to me, kind of much like Pastor Bolton mentioned, it was I just looked at it as like a win-win. As a parent of teens, it obviously was something that they could participate in, something positive. You always want to encourage young people to take part in something positive. Not only was it going to benefit them, but it also benefited those in the community that immediately I could identify several people that would benefit from this program, just because of the nature of technology and how it's always changing and evolving, and sometimes some just get left behind. They just aren't able to keep up as well. And so I just immediately said this is a win-win for the teams involved and for the community that they'll be helping.
Perfect. Thank you, Monica. And it is a win-win, and that's part of the great initiative that is Teens Teach Tech, right? Because the whole point of this is that positive impact. Mavon, Zion, can you tell me a little bit? We've talked about what Teens Teach Tech as a whole, but I'd really love to hear about what you did. What did that look like for you to be a part of Teens Teach Tech and run these workshops?
I'll go. Can you repeat the question?
Oh, yeah, no, just what did these workshops look like for you? So, actually doing Teens Teach Tech in your community. Can you tell everybody a little bit about what that looked like? What were you doing?
So I was doing the presentations that were given to me to an audience that was both virtual and in person.
Virtual and in person. Did you find one to be a little more difficult than the other?
No, not really.
Awesome. So a little bit of adaptability, right? Whether it was something that you could reach everybody through a webinar or be in person in their homes or in the community, you have a lot of variety there. What about you, Mavon? What did it look like for you to be a participant in these workshops?
It looked I I was one of the teams who did the presentation slides.
All right. And what did you guys present on? What were you teaching?
Mobile device, mobile devices.
Mobile devices, teaching people how to use their tablets, like Pastor Bolton was talking about before, their phones, anything that's not really attached like a computer. So very cool. Can you guys tell me a little bit about the impact of your projects that you saw firsthand in the community?
So for me, it was like it was just like seeing like people being more comfortable and confident using their devices.
Those two words are so important, Zion. Thank you for sharing that. Comfortable and confident. You know, a lot of the times we get pulled away from how difficult technology can be because we're already immersed in it. So you guys went in there and you made this difference by helping these people who don't have that familiarity to become more comfortable and more confident in their skills. So thank you so much for that. Was awesome. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to add?
No, ma'am.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Team Alabama. Judah, hi, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Awesome. Thanks so much for being here and participating. We know you worked really hard over the summer, and I just love to hear a little bit more about what your experience was like. So, what were some of the challenges that you faced while participating in Teens Teach Tech?
Talking in front of like a lot of people, I have really bad time trying to face the public speaking. I'm not really good at public speaker, so I had to overcome that fear within the process.
I love that. You know, our team, Indiana, just mentioned building confidence and making people comfortable using technology. But it sounds like a lot of the teens that have been participating have also been building that confidence and becoming more comfortable with that public speaking. Is that what it was like for you?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Perfect. How did the adults you were working with react to the training?
They really loved how fast they started learning with me because I could go like to where they could comprehend some words about technology and the presentations. So I would have to communicate with them with what they know.
So you were able to kind of adapt to how their learning style was what would bring it out. It was easier for them to learn, whether it was like one-on-one or in a larger group, or to slow down, you know, your training.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Awesome. Did you have anything that you want to share with everybody about your experience with Teens Teach Tech, Judah?
No, ma'am.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Team Texas. I just love how these teams are spread all over the place, and you guys have all been working together and communicating together. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I would love to hear a little bit about your takeaway from this project. What did you learn about yourselves, about your community, about what it looks like to do that kind of community service, Tamara?
I've learned that I love being able to help other people. and especially being able to help older people with technology in general and helping them be able to be more comfortable with technology.
Awesome. So they brought out the inner teacher in you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How important do you think Teens Teach Tech is to the communities all around the US, not just at home where you are, but just everywhere across the nation?
I think it's very important because nowadays everything is technology, to our phones, to computers, everything is with technology. So it's very important to have the older generation be caught up to date with technology.
Perfect. And Lucille, you are a mentor and help oversee our team there in Texas. What was it like for you? What did you learn about yourself and about these awesome teens you got to work with?
Well, I was very, very honored to work with these teams and supporting them in doing something that they do naturally, and that is to they adapt to technology. And so it was my privilege to work with them, and I learned a lot about not being afraid and fearful of the devices. You can't hurt it. Someone would say, "You're not going to kill it. You're not going to hurt it. Just click here, do that." And so it was good working along with them, and I personally have longed to have more hands-on with technology because I personally feel like that our generation have felt a little bit left behind. And so now with Teen Teaching Tech, I was able to support them and help them reach other people around my age, and they made us feel really, really comfortable. And that's what really important, that the teenager make the adult learners feel comfortable in asking questions, and I feel like, not feel embarrassed. In other words, when you raise your hand to ask questions.
Absolutely. That's a really good thing that you pointed out. Thank you. It can be very difficult as an adult who's not savvy when it comes to technology to ask for help. And so part of this initiative really is going into those communities, into the households, and meeting adults where they are and saying it's okay if you don't understand. That's what we're here for. And we want to help you learn. And it sounds like your teens did an amazing job doing that. And I'm so glad you were also able to learn from this experience. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome. All right. And finally, our team Michigan. How you doing, DeAndre?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for being here. I know you're flying solo over there, so I just have a few questions. I'd love to hear about what you heard from your learners. So when you were training these adults, what were some of the things that they seemed interested in, that they were appreciative of, some problems that they faced maybe?
Um, I had someone who was I don't know how to say appreciative, um, of me fixing his Bible app for him. Uh, the pages were mixed up, and all it took was for me to press a button, and I got it back right for him, and he was happy about it.
Perfect. Something that you knew how to do right away, right? But they were struggling with. And sometimes it's something that simple.
Yep.
And what would you say to another teen who might be interested in participating in Teens Teach Tech? Now that you've done some of this training over the summer, would you recommend this initiative to them? And what would that look like?
I would definitely recommend it. It's an opportunity to share your knowledge about what you know about like electronics and stuff, and you're getting paid for it. So I mean, it's a win-win situation, so why wouldn't you do it?
Win-win. I've heard that a couple times tonight. Now you're absolutely right. And did you feel like the curriculum, the content that you were teaching, like you had to have a very strong background in technology, or was it fairly easy for you to work through?
It was fairly easy.
Awesome. So it was easy for you as the trainer to be able to comprehend, which made it a little bit easier for you to then train the adults, right?
Yes,
Great.
ma'am.
Thank you so much for sharing with it. We appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you.
It is such a privilege to be able to hear from these teens. They were the ones that have been working with these adults, training these adults. They gave their time, their effort, and they dedicated themselves to this project. So thank all of you for being here. I really appreciate you for all the work that you've done, and for helping us to move Teens Teach Tech further. You guys, you've done an amazing job. Now I'd like to welcome everyone to celebrate with us, I'm introducing Connected Nation's Executive Vice President of Digital Inclusion, Heather Gate, and she has something really special to present to you all.
Thank you, Jessica. I'd like to begin by giving these wonderful teens a round of applause. So everybody's off mute. Let's try this.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. This is wonderful. This is why we partnered with AT&T to do this. It's not only for us to empower teenagers to be able to be of service to their communities, but to learn something and to learn about giving to others. But while doing it, helping us on something that we are passionate about, and that is bridging the digital divide. And what you don't know, sometimes it feels like you're training them on a very basic skills, but some of those things that seemed small at that time are life-changing skills that empower them to be able to make doctor's appointments, to be able to fill prescriptions, to be able to communicate with family and be happier. So whatever you did, even if it's felt like a small little training, it is life-changing. And I've been doing this for 17 years. There's no activity that's too small. So thank you so much for joining us and for giving up your summer to do this work. I'm extremely proud of you and proud of your families and Pastor Bolton for putting this all together so we could do this. Thank you, Mylena and AT&T for this partnership and AT&T's dedication to digital literacy, advancing digital literacy, making sure as many people as possible have the skills to navigate the internet so they can participate in this wonderful, great world and economy that we're in. So y'all deserve to be celebrated. And so we called you today so we could announce that you all, 36 and the groups and mentors, will be receiving over $65,000 as part of the incentives for all the great work you did.
How exciting!
Thank you.
Clap them hands. Yes.
These teens have knocked it out of the park. You guys, over $65,000 worth of incentive funds to be distributed amongst all of these teenagers who work so hard. Not only were you able to serve your community and make that positive impact, but we are so grateful for AT&T's support through this so that we can honor you in more ways than just this awesome celebration by providing some of those incentive funds to you. And I know that you guys have already expressed in many ways to us in the past how excited you are to use those and the benefit that those funds are going to be for you guys. So just huge celebration. You guys deserve all of this. On behalf of Connected Nation, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. It is a great honor to hear from such outstanding youth who are actively making a difference in their communities. We want to thank We Care again for the hard work you all have put in. Many of the teens who participated are with us off camera today. You can't see them, but they've logged on to support the rest of the teams. And so we want to make sure that you guys know that are watching right now that you are also so appreciated. Allen, your passion for teaching and leading is admirable, and we are beyond grateful to have you as a Teens Teach Tech ambassador. It was with great gratitude that we thank you, Mylena and AT&T, for believing in this mission and being such an active supporter of Teens Teach Tech. For those that are interested in participating in Teens Teach Tech who might have joined us today, we are currently taking applications for the fall. You can visit our website at the QR code there on the screen, or you can email me, Jess, at jgolson, Golson, at connectednation.org for more information. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you feel empowered to make a difference. Have a great evening.